All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got another game for you. Asking for the race. Terran. Oh, I guess our Terran player plays as random. Fascinating. In the bottom left, the man who submitted this replay, I think, from the clan Asynchronous Match Racer. He is Ed Butter. And that's Ed Butter with 2 D's. He faces off against Dr. Bunhead. Dr. Bunhead representing the wonderful. Gotta love that Jeff in Control Robinson portrait. Love you, buddy. So it's Terran versus Zerg on Zen. This map triggers me because you have 2 gaping anuses for a player to try and force their way through to kill you. I know it sounds vulgar, but this map and war are both very vulgar. So you got to be careful with the pushes and the types of strategies that everybody tries to do. Oh, it's the wrong scene again. Thank you. I don't have a button on my stream deck that goes to the casting scene yet. Can you guys tell I'm bad at my job? I'm looking at the camera now, but it's no longer looking at me. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's cool. If you have a complaint, just like charge back your YouTube view or your Twitch view. I don't know how that works. Unwatch this game if it bothers you. And if it doesn't bother you, I believe I'm supposed to tell you to finger the shit out of that like, follow, subscribe button. Why don't I bleep that one? I don't know. I'm feeling myself today. The factory is not next to the barracks. And it's a 1 base factory. There's only 5 SCVs on gas. I am curious as to what the goal here is. It's a bit unusual. I don't feel like 1 base play is ever very good versus Zerg. This is also a bit of a messy wall. I don't feel like 1 base play is ever good versus Zerg, but maybe this is going to end up being something interesting. Let's see. Factory is going to be done soon. There's the command center. So it's kind of like a delayed reactor Hellion expand, I guess. Presumably it'll be Hellions. It doesn't have to be, but that'd be my guess. Zergling speed starts pretty late though. So this Reaper will have some opportunity to poke and prod and be annoying as Reapers are wont to do. Because you have to think about it, right? The Queens, they can push away, but you got quite a few places you can jump up on Zen. Yep, there we go. Okay, so he's going to move the factory over there. Puts the starport in the back. He's tucking it in. He's tucking it in. Now, the Overlord can still... Dr. Bunhead is still very aware that he's building the starport, but he's kind of tucked it in a spot that if this tech lab was for the starport, well, the Zerg player probably wouldn't guess that. So Reaper's on patrol to try and block a 3rd base. This makes a lot of sense. Very standard procedure here. Don't hate it. There's the boop from the Reaper grenade, but then the drone comes straight in. So Dr. Bunhead will secure his 3rd with no real problems just yet. And so far, this looks like a relatively straight up Terran versus Zerg. We do have an evolution chamber and a Baneling nest. To me, this says probably go for +1 melee. That's a common one. Maybe +1 carapace if he's thinking about a battlecruiser rush, which, by the way, battlecruiser rush, Hellions are good with that. Love to see an armory for some Hellbats to supplement that. It's actually one of the better ways to do it is you get the armory after you start the battlecruiser. If you get it as soon as possible after the BC starts, it times out that you can transform your Hellbats right when the BC finishes teleporting. Times out almost perfectly as well. Now it is +1 melee, so that's going to help Banelings a little bit, but more importantly, the Lings against Hellions makes it really hard to take those fights. So Ed Butter, I don't want to think about Ed's Butter. So Ed is going to land that natural command center. The Hellions come down just in time to roast those Lings. And I believe those Zerglings saw the command center landing. No, they didn't. Okay, well, you kind of have to assume. The Overlord knew he expanded. He already saw the command center earlier. Battlecruiser's on the way. Natural gas immediately being taken. And the Hellions are here to try and get some work done. Now, he did have to spend larva on Zerglings because he lost the ones that he had earlier. So these Hellions are going to come up you can't cancel active building creep tumors anymore. So as a Zerg player, you need to be pretty cautious with that. Now, this is normally a scenario where you'd say, is it worth it to try and damage these queens like this? The answer is yes nowadays, because Armory is coming in for Hellbats later, because the battlecruiser is going to be coming in, and killing that one queen is massive, even if all the Hellions die. And of course, you don't want your Hellions to die. No, nobody wants to die. You just get this nice little bit of pressure done, right? You're forcing more resources to be spent on rebuilding those queens, and a newer queen is going to have less energy. So you're restricting transfuse opportunities, and the battlecruiser is done. And when going straight to the third base, I'm not sure I'm crazy about this though. I feel like if the BC goes to the natural or the main, at least there's drones. Like maybe there's a spore, maybe there's more queens, but on this map, you've got a big air valley to hide behind the main. There's a little bit of criticism because this has not been a super weird game. Sometimes we get weird games, but this one really hasn't been weird so far. Just, oh, good queen micro by Dr. Bunhead. Oh, these other queens just shaking it for that BC. It's only one BC. He's not a big battle cruiser. Not a big battle cruiser. It's not a BBC until it gets 30 kills. At 30 kills, a battle cruiser becomes a big battle cruiser. A couple of these queens are very hurt though, and this opens the alleyway for the Hellbats to come in and get some damage done. Kills another queen. Oh, he's just gonna try and yeet the other queen. Oh, they're so low. There's the transfuse, and now he's gotta get away. Is he gonna make it? 22 health, 16 health, 10 health. No, no, why did you stop? Why did you pull over? Oh, golly. I pressed that button a little late, sorry. Oh my, why didn't he stop? Oh, that was so good. No, you're not supposed to build another BC if you lose the first one. Ed. Oh, shame. That's a shame. Maybe there's a story here. Dr. Bunhead. So presumably his head is like a Hawaiian roll or a regular old bun. These lings are going to counterattack since he kind of lost everything making that first push. Does he just die here? Is Ed butter? Is he trying to butter the bun? That could be it. Maybe this game is some sort of weird ritualistic dance. A love dance, of course. It's like a mating dance. Obviously, mating dance. If you're putting butter onto some, if you're buttering someone's buns, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's like a one night dance. Hellbats coming out. 3 tanks. Ed butter. What you doing? What you doing with your second battlecruiser? Where's it going? What can you get done? It flies in. He's looking for love in all the right places. 3 queens are just shaking their tail things at him. I like this though. Yeah, focus on the drones. That's definitely the right way to do it. Kill the drones at the 3rd, fly south, and you could probably deny this building 4th too because there's no creep tumors here. Now don't stop moving the battle cruiser until you are very out of range. There we go. There we go. Hey Poop SK, what's going on, dude? How's it going, dude? Kill the hatch. Kill the hatch. The queens can't get there. Oh, there's 5 cryptors on the way. Never mind. Keep flying. Get out of there. Run. Hi-ho, Silva. Away. Infestation pit. This Zerg player has some idea of what they're doing. This has been a bit of a messy game, but you know, he's got tanks. He's got some Hellbats. He's using the special forces skins. He doesn't need his army to look like it's covered in chrome. He's more of a Firefox guy. Now, why does this barrack still have a tech lab on it? Those are the questions that haunt me in my sleep. Fix the battlecruiser. Yes. He's got 11 kills. He's hanging in there, hanging tough. A Thor is on the way. I do think if he brings more SCVs to repair, the Corruptor shouldn't be able to kill it, but maybe he could yeet himself onto it. You never really know. Could yeet himself onto that battle cruiser. 16 drones being made at a time. Gotta hate Zerg so much. +2 melee, more Corruptors. I did get the infestation pit, and if he doesn't go for swarm hosts, then I would assume he would get a hive. He's gonna pee on the Thor will never kill these Corruptors in time. Why would you stop? Well, I don't know. I think he should have just peed on it until it blew apart. Cyclones destroy Corruptors. I agree with you, Foxcatcher, but oh my god, he didn't deserve to die like that. But there are no corruptors. Yeah, he realizes that there's the awkward wall actually kind of stops the Thor from moving down. So he's just going to move that, build another reactor. That's about all he could do here. Or just use the naked factory to build. That's also okay. Yeah, you can't move tanks or Thors down this ramp without mining the mineral patch here, which makes the move out a little bit more cumbersome because, as we can see, the Hellbats get quite a bit further ahead of the rest of the army. But the hive is pretty late. Pathogen glands is coming in, so it looks like Dr. Bunhead wants to use infestors. Neural parasites, very good, if you can land it. Really just comes down to catching the Terran player off guard. Mind controlling the Thors is a good play. The tanks also. The Thors can be a bit more of a factor because they'll help kill the BC. And they won't be range limited in any way. So here we go. Lings are going to run in. Now, the Hellbats don't have blue flame, but the Lings pull back anyway. Battlecruiser immediately dies. The Corruptors are now totally useless. I would just go pee on his base while you're doing this. Oh, no. What are the Queens doing? Oh, they just moved command in. Okay, well, there's nothing here to deal with this, is there? Oh, this base should be super dead. All right. Okay, so Ed gets himself into a good spot. Dr. Bunhead's like, all right, I need to do something with these Corruptors because they are not going to be very useful. Yeah, I'd say you send a few to P here, send a few to P there, send a few to P there. Because there's no anti-air. There's not even a single turret on the map. Only anti-air he has are 3 Thors that are outside of his base. And the Thors themselves won't kill the Corruptors before they can P everything to death. Keep moving. Don't stop. All right, Lings lift that base up. That's good. P on the command center. Do it. Just do it. There we go. Do you need to use every single Corruptor on one command center? No. No. But this does guarantee he'll at least kill this one, which I like. I like it a lot. So he picks off that base, cancels building Banelings, which is fine. And we do have the Greater Spire coming in for some Bloodlords. Now, 3 Thors in the single target mode. Yeah, they pack a wallop. He's going to lose a few Corruptors on the way out, but that's fine. He's got 12 more coming. Now, your opponent's not building starport units. I don't think you need supplementary Corruptors. I think it'd be better to just build more Broodlords, but that's just me. If your opponent is opting for Thors as their anti-air, you don't need Corruptors. Unless you want to go pee on their stuff. In which case, piss away. He didn't retake this base. This one's still building. He moved everything over here. So, Dr. Bunhead's pretty okay in that situation. We got 6 Broodlords being made by Dr. Bunhead. I think the 3 Thors could kill the 6 Broodlords. Oh, 4 Thors for sure. Yeah, you gotta be careful. 7's getting there. You really need to get rid of the Hellbats. As long as these Hellbats are here. Or, man, if the siege tank's friendly fire. Thors are really good against Broodlords. All right, so the Broodlords are going to start shooting. This is his first inclination that they're on the map. This is where you really wish you had all those infestors you upgraded. But this Thor, not in single target mode, dies quickly, so it's 3 Thors. Now the Broodlings will still draw the fire of the tanks onto the Thors, so these Thors are taking a lot of damage. He's blowing up his own Hellbats. But the Thor still packs such a wallop against those Broodlords. You really need to bring everything at once. There we go. Another Broodlord down, just 3 remain. But, oh, the Broodlord's trickling in like this. I'm not a huge fan of it. It doesn't matter if he kills the Thors. As long as he kills the Thors, it doesn't matter. And he does. So the tanks are all gone. These Hellbats, well, they will kill the Lings. Somehow. Yeah, these, I don't know. He's got +2 melee and +1 carapace, and there's no blue flame for the Terran. That's just weird. I got nothing. So Broodlords are slow, and he is building Thors now. He's building more Thors. Are there any left? No. So as long as he keeps building Thors, Broodlords aren't going to be much of a problem, especially because he's just got so much supply sunk into the Corruptors. There's only, yeah, so there's only 1 starport, and it's still got a tech lab on it. So he's just going to build 1 Viking at a time. I don't think he needs 13 Corruptors. Just keep building Broodlords. Just keep building the Broodlords. You should be fine. I believe in you, buddy. 3 more factories are coming in. Now, the Corruptors wanted to come in and pee on the buildings, but the Thors are there to say, nope. These Lings are going to grab themselves a siege tank, which is nice. Right in time for this planetary to finish. And I think you just pee on the planetary. Just force it. Just force it. It doesn't matter. The corruptors aren't that important. No! Okay. It's very expensive for the Terran to repair that. I'm a bit of a masochist, so I like seeing that. He's only got one Viking. The corruptors, you only need to have enough corruptors to build broodlords. But he already has them now, so it's kind of like a, man, I can see why he wouldn't want to throw them away. To deal with like a big Thor army, the number of broodlords gets pretty stupid high. Like you actually want to turn all these corruptors into broodlords. Like every single one of them is about your only chance of killing like a big Thor army with broodlords. Because it's like trying to kill Zerglings with Marauders, you know? It doesn't really work unless you have a stupid number of them. And that's how broodlords are now against Thors. You need a stupid number of broodlords to kill Thors. Terran finally has a anti-capital ship mech unit. These aren't your daddy's Thors. The Widow Mines being added is an interesting touch. I'm not crazy about it. Wow, what an exceptionally normal game of StarCraft. This has been pretty good. We don't have too much to laugh at here, barring some huge mistake that we haven't seen yet. But I love what I've been seeing, and interested to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. I feel like Ed Butter's opening was still a bit odd, right? He delayed the expansion to get the factory faster, and I feel like it's generally not worth it versus Zerg, but the way he set himself up at the end of the day was still quite nice. But the fact that the Zerg player is still building broodlords into Thors, you're asking for pain, but maybe this is the opportunity now. He's going to have a pretty significant number of broodlords in a moment. He's going to have 11 of them. Can 11 broodlords kill 5 Thors with some Ling support? Let's find out. One of the broodlords is dead. Another one. And another one. Okay, this where you bring the Lings, bring the Banes. There we go. A lot of the broodlords die, but he's got 4 left over. Use the corruptors. Use the corruptors. Use the bazooka. Okay, or just let the brood. No. There's a random Thor in the middle of the map. No. Save me. Oh my god, he actually survived. Well, killing this base was definitely worth it. Okay, I don't hate that. This one Thor should be dead though. I think pushing with these 4 broodlords is extremely hasty though. Nah, I don't like it. Look at this Thor go to work. He's crushing it. Thors are so good versus broodlords. Like they should be. Like at this point, what does he have? 3 Thors and 48 SCVs? He's only building Thors and Hellbats. What happens if this guy just dumps his like thousands of resources into roaches? Oh, the Thors are super dead. I don't even hate the Zerglings, but unfortunately Hellions exist. Even though they don't have blue flame, they still pack a wall up with the +2 attack. I would have liked to see roaches. Look how much gas he has. Get some infestors, neural parasite. Infestors on their own can't do it. Infestors on their own can't really do it anymore because you don't have the infested Terran unit to spam out. But I do think like neural parasite and make the Thors kill each other. And also, if you're neural parasiting the Thors, then they're not shooting your broodlords. The broodlords can do a lot of work in that scenario, but I digress. This army for Ed is really good. Oh, there we go. Neural parasite finally starts. Widow mines are getting added. Goodness gracious, blue flame. Thank you. Thank God. Finally getting blue flame. This makes me happy. This makes me happy. Someone in chat asks, what is considered good against Thors? Lurkers are very good against Thors. Lurkers outrange them, and the Thors kind of clump up in a way that actually the splash and the line still does pretty well against them. Vipers on top of that. I think Hydra Viper Lurker might be one of them. There haven't been a ton of high profile professional games played on this patch, and I mean that in the sense that we haven't had real big tournaments yet. All of those Hellbats died to like 7 Banelings. That hurts. That hurts me inside a little. All right, with 13 Infestors are coming out. He did get Pathogen Glands, so he's very close to having Neural Parasite. Maybe this is where things turn. You know what is actually really funny too? Is, did you guys know that Widow Mines will shoot a Neural Parasited unit? In StarCraft, if your unit gets mind controlled, your other units will never automatically kill your own units. Even though they are working for the enemy, Neural Parasite, your units will never target your own units, even if they're stolen. Your own Widow Mines, however, will. Your own Widow Mines will happily blow up on your own units if they get mind controlled. So if you take the Thor and it's by the mine, you can actually make the mine blow yourself up, which is comical and just interesting. Just a little fun fact for you. And look at these Thors go. Assimilation successful. And then there's the fungal to slow him down a little bit. Look at that Thor go, protecting that Infestor. He doesn't have Burrow, though, which makes it risky, right? Burrow is on the way. Oh, my God. Did a fungal growth just kill something in 2019? Oh, there's the more mind controls. Now, if you target down these Infestors, of course, that's the counter. The Infestors have no support. Honestly, this is just like... This is what it's like to have just a massive chest region, but no bra, right? You need support. All right, pretty much all the Infestors died. I got nothing for that. You need to bring some support units in with that. You can't just let the Infestors hang out on their own. All right, Zerg player's starting to the bed. This one's not looking so good anymore, Kev. I think we're gonna see Ed finally punch it in. Thank you, Wings, for the 46-month resale.
46 $7 carriaging months.
Everybody in the YouTube comments, also give a shout out to this guy. All right, he's great. He's your god. He subsidized this stream so you could watch it for free. What a beast. What an amazing man. So some Lingbane gonna come in again. The Broodlord. Was there a Broodlord? If there was, it's already dead because, well, the Terran player's just building Thors. Let it be known that if you only want to build Broodlords as a Zerg player versus Terran, it's time to change your ways. Call down mules. Call down mules. Call down 2 mules. You can mine these. No! Kill the main. Send the Thors to the main. Oh, well, whatever. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It bothers me. Sure, yeah, but whatever. Oh, yeah, 1 mule can mine one of these patches. And if you just take one of these out, then Thors can go through. It's something that I like to do if I get put on this map versus Zerg. But I have this map vetoed because, well, I play Terran. Thors versus tanks. This is really risky, too. You got to kill. Okay, the 1 Broodlord's going to work. Kill the tank, 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 the tank, the tank. Kill the tank, 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 the tank, the tank. Kill the tank. There we go. GG. Because reasons. All right, Ed Butter. Good game, buddy. Good game.